Might have Kyle sitting here with me if that's all right.
What's going on?
Have what?
Kyle sitting here with me if that's all right.
What are you talking about?
No.
Yeah, it's not Kyle's business.
Why are you going?
I'd like to, yeah, I would prefer that.
He's already going. Look, Steve's here.
Is Steve here?
Over a water thing. I don't know if he's in my car.
Steve's gone.
Jake did.
Can we make arrangements tomorrow?
Wait, what? Can we just read this to you?
I mean, sure.
Yeah, shut the door.
Shut that door.
No, I would rather wait for somebody to get here, honestly.
We're just literally gonna read it.
Brian and Steve.
But, shut the door real quick before we get into it.
I mean, I'm not trying to get into it, you know?
Understand?
But the thing is, we're just gonna issue get you this, and we've never, there's a procedure that goes behind all of this, that was when the union gets involved.
Okay.
So,
I mean,
we've never had anybody on the first time have union representation. There's a procedure that can be followed after that to deal with anything that you may or may not agree
I
with.
mean, it's 3-on-1, that's how I feel, like, I want somebody here on my side, you know?
Well,
But
there's nothing to be on anybody's side.
There's a lot, Stacy, like,
It's not even.
like that last conversation we had, like, I emailed you, like, you absolutely told me that I can't talk about something.
You can't talk about drones with everybody. It's making.
I can say
people
whatever I
uncomfortable.
want if I'm not harassing somebody or threatening somebody. Like, again, like, that's my First Amendment constitutional right, and it will not be infringed upon.
Okay, so, like I said, there's procedures in place to get the union involved afterwards. This is strictly just reading this letter to you. That's all that we're doing now. Okay?
I mean, can a copy of that be emailed to Brian and to Steve?
I will
You'll
give you
get a copy and you can do with whatever you want with it.
I mean, we're not gonna have a conversation.
Yeah.
We're strictly gonna read this to you,
Go ahead.
okay? You want to proceed?
No.
You want me to proceed? We won't even discuss it if you don't want. Okay? Is that good?
Go ahead, man.
So this is a corrective action form for Andre. It's got today's date. PM mechanic, supervisor Corey Dozard. Situation. Andre, over the course of the last 2 months, we became aware of several concerns with your conduct at work. Your coworkers have reported that you are confrontational and have accused them of having drones follow you or breaking into your truck. They have no knowledge of what you're referring to. You've made threatening comments along the lines of, I'll show you what I'm all about. I'll take out anyone who is messing with me. If you don't call off the big dogs, you'll go down with them. Knock your crap off or I'll deal with the problem. When I find out who's behind it, I'm going to strangle the MFers.
That's not what I said. I said slap the shit out of them.
Okay.
So, like, you know.
You've also been overheard referring to a coworker as a bitch. These complaints have been ongoing, received from multiple people, and are understandably making your peers very uncomfortable.
And, like, your last one, like, you know, the cameras are supposed to be for safety and not for getting people in trouble.
Andre, you said you didn't want to discuss it without union, so.
Well,
let's stick
y'all gotta
to
get
it.
your facts straight, man.
This-
Like, y'all can't come at me with stuff that, like, other people don't get, you know?
If you don't want to discuss it, all we said we were going to do is read this to you. Okay, to be fair, you didn't want to discuss it, so that's what we're doing. Understandably making your peers very uncomfortable. Employees have also said that you accuse the leadership team of these same actions and have told several individuals you refuse to converse with them. Jeff Day, GM, Corey Dozard, maintenance manager, in parentheses. We attempted to address this with you on 12/8 of 23 and again on 1/18 of 24. But instead of discontinuing the behavior and inappropriate, threatening comments, they have continued and have become more frequent. In addition to the items above, It's also been reported that you have been observed sleeping on the job for several hours in an area of the shop where the cameras are not angled. As a result of this inappropriate and continued behavior, and the fact that you have not displayed any improvement despite multiple conversations, you are receiving a final warning. Should you continue to make inappropriate, threatening comments towards any of your coworkers or the leadership team, disrupt the work environment, or sleep on the job, you will be subject to further disciplinary action up to and including termination of employment. So this is your final written warning. And then there's a spot for Corey to sign it and print, and the witness, Stacy, to sign and print, and then a spot for you to sign and print. It says, I have read this form and I understand the company's position, and I know that a copy of this form will be placed in my file. And we have a copy here for you as well. So, like I said, if you want to discuss this during any discipline, we've never had the union steward present because the person may not want to discuss it with the union steward at that time. So that's why we issue you this, and then there's protocols in place to get the union involved afterwards. You understand that?
Well, if you guys want to set up another meeting when one of them is here, and you can read that again so they can hear.
Well, you can provide it to them.
I'm not taking that.
Well, here's a copy of it.
I'm not taking that.
Okay, you don't have to take it, but this is where we're at. So we have a copy for you.
Yeah, I do.
Corey. Today, put the date too, is the 31st.
Like, Jeff, I didn't have no problems until like the other day, and you know, that conversation me and you had out there in the shop that you don't remember, you know, like, I don't know, man.
Here's this,
That one,
and you wanna sign it?
no.
Just write refuse to sign.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody, either you or Stacy, write refuse to sign and initial it, because my name's gonna be on there. You want a copy?
No.
Okay. But if you wanna discuss it further, just, give it to union stewards and follow the procedure outlined in the collective bargaining agreement. Okay?
Sure.
Okay. You understand everything that we read?
I heard you.
Okay.
And so one more time, Jeff, like, when me and you were standing out in the shop, you don't remember me and you having that conversation.
Andre, you said you didn't want to discuss anything.
This is completely
So,
different. Like,
do you want me to discuss
like
this
everybody
with
seems
you
to
then?
have amnesia, you know?
I'm trying to comply with your wishes.
I mean, man to man, bro, like, me and you didn't have
I'm
that
not-
conversation.
I'm not doing man to man. I'm not doing any of this. If you want me to discuss this situation with you, I will. Or would you rather wait until your union steward is present?
I mean, if one of them has to be here for you to
It's not me.
to say that me and you didn't have that conversation, you know? Like,
Do
when
you
you
want
straight
to
up
talk?
asked me something like, you know, I didn't even tell you, you know?
I have no idea what conversation you're talking about.
When we were out there, Jeff,
When was this?
probably it was before Thanksgiving, probably mid-November, probably the 16th, 17th, something like that.
Okay.
And you came up to me, there was nobody else out there, and you said, you know what you're doing is wrong. The only reason that you have a job is because you show up to work. You asked me, you said, you show up to work, don't you? You said you don't fuck anything up, and you do your job, right? And I was like, yeah. And basically you had asked me, you know, along the lines of, well, you were hanging out with some bad people, weren't you? Blah, 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 blah. You don't remember
never
that?
said that.
You don't remember that?
When you were talking to me about the drums.
Did I dream that? I just dreamt all that up?
I believe so.
All right.
When you were talking to me
All right,
about the drums.
that's cool. That's cool.
And you were accusing GFL of spying on you. I said, well, Andre, the only thing that I can think of,
Did I accuse or did I ask?
I don't know, one or the other.
I mean, you just said that I accused.
Well, okay.
And whoever
You
else.
asked then. It doesn't matter. Accused, asked.
And like, if I do think that, like, you know, Stacy told me herself out of her mouth that, if that's my belief, you know, then so be it.
Okay. Can I finish what I was saying? I said that your dirt bike got stolen, and if you think you're being watched, you got your dirt bike back on your own terms or whatever. I suggested maybe you look at those people. That's how that conversation went down.
You asked me if I was hanging out with some bad people, and I said in the past, but I didn't tell you that, Jeff.
Okay. Just trying to
So
help
where did you
out.
get that information?
I have no information.
But you said it.
I was suggesting maybe you look at the people that stole from you. That's my suggestion.
That's not what you said, Jeff.
Okay. Well, we have a difference of opinion.
I mean, it's a difference of facts. You said that. That came out of your mouth.
Said what?
I just relayed that.
Say it again.
That you asked me, well, you were hanging out with some bad people, weren't you? And I said in the
I have
past,
no way I would know that.
I'm pretty sure there's a way.
I was talking about that you got your dirt bike stolen, and people who steal dirt bikes, in my opinion, are bad people.
But you asked me if I was hanging out with them.
I don't remember ever asking if you're hanging out with bad people.
I do.
Okay.
Like, that's, that was like, light bulb. Like, oh, like, how do you know that? I didn't tell him that. And there's only a few people here who do know
If
that.
I did say that, I don't know that. I don't know you outside.
Like some of these facts in there, like,
I
asked everyone out in the shop, if they did write the complaints. Oh, no.
We're not going to discuss
What?
this. You've
I get
already
blamed
made
for
it clear that
everything.
you don't want to.
So
we're
it's
not
like,
going to discuss this.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay? Thank you.
Y'all want this door open?
Yeah.
Fine.